Hello, today I'm going to show you hatching, which is how to show section views on a drawing. This exercise shows a partial cross section of a screw pump assembly which requires to be hatched. To achieve this, we'll use different methods of selected hatching boundaries. So this is our drawing here. The first thing I'm going to do just for this drawing is just to freeze the pump center and the pump hidden layer. They're already frozen there. If you just click on those buttons there, that goes between freeze and the thaw. So here we have our hatch button over here. To see more options for it, you can press F1 and that will take you through everything that I'm going to say today. Of how to look at the different boundaries and object selection, etc. So if you click on the hatch button, you can see here all your options come up at the top, where you have your different patterns, how to pick the points, scales and angle, or you can go into settings down the bottom here by clicking T and enter, or just clicking down the bottom. So the first thing that we're going to use or change here is your different pattern, which is we're using an ANSI today of 32. Click OK. We're going to scale it up so that we can see it. Scale up to 25, and then we're going to pick the points. So add pick points, which is over there. Then you just come over to your object, click on the area that you want to hatch, and press enter, and that is simply how hatching is done. How to hatch in other ways. Sometimes errors come up in hatching. So for example, if I click out here, it says a closed boundary could not be determined. You can see here there's different options of what that could be or how you could change that. Mostly the reason why a boundary could not be determined is because there's just a little gap in the object somewhere, so like this line isn't directly connecting with that line or something, or a circle is not connected exactly. If there's a gap, it cannot do a hatch because it doesn't know where to stop. It would just hatch the whole screen instead. So instead of doing that, it just says it can't do it. So if you zoom in, normally you can find out where the hole is or what's going on with it. So we're now in hatch again. We're going to go back into our settings and going to go over here into more options. This is where we have our island detection, and we're going to use the normal one this time. Make sure our tolerance is at 0, and we're going to click new to select our new boundary. So what we're going to do here is make a boundary, click enter, and then select the point inside, select an internal point inside that object, and then that just helps you just narrow down the area that you're wanting to put the hatching in. So if we just press enter again on that, and then that's us finished that one. For island detection, then we're going to go back into hatch, then into our settings again. Go back over to this island detection here. We're going to change our angle this time so that we're actually going to hatch this area here, which is attached to this area, so that you know that they're not just another part or the same part just attached onto that, so that you know it's another part. We're going to use a different angle on that, so it's going the opposite direction. You know that it's not the exact same area. So angle change to 90, just going at 90 degrees to the other one, and 90 is changed. Island detection on, normal, add pick points. So we're going to click here and here, and you can see that they have changed. So that is that. Press enter, and that's you finished that one. Hatching and by object selection, these objects can be selected and hatched without using the boundary tracing feature. So you can zoom in to see them better if that helps. Hatching, settings, and we're going to go user defined this time, so I'm going to tell you exactly where to go. To make sure that we can see it properly and that it's different from the other ones, we're going to change the angle to 45, and we're going to change our spacing to 5 so that it specifies the spacing of the lines, user defined position. And I'm going to go add select objects, determines the boundary for selected objects. that are in a closed area. Select that. This time you don't click on the center of your object as we did before. You just click on the lines, and that will show that selected boundary that you want to click on. So there's one selected boundary, there's the other one, and then this one here, we're just clicking on the lines on the edge of it, and enter, and that's that one done. Okay, the last one, hatching, settings, and angle 135 this time. We are going to use inherent properties. This means that we are going to, sorry, I'm just going to go back there and select our bearings. So 135, nothing else different. Select your objects and down into this area here. Select the edge there of that one, and that'll do there. Press enter. Sorry, the next one then is we're going to use inherent objects, where we're going to use this this exact one again. Now, if you couldn't remember what it was, this is a button to help you out there instead of going and trial and error for it. So go there, inherent properties, click this object. We want to copy that one. It's kind of like a copy and paste, and then you just click there and see the way it's changed. It's not the same as the last one that we used. It's now changed back to that previous one where the angle is back at 0, and that's you able to use a previous hatch. Press enter, and that's your object completed. Any more information you should be able to find through tutorials. Thank you for watching.